Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erica, and today I have my sewing machine out, and since it's National Quilting Month, I thought I would share with you some of my free motion quilting. I'm working on a quilt. I'm working on this panel quilt, so it already has the design on it. I didn't have to piece anything, and I'm just doing some quilting on it, and so I thought I would share some of that. So I thought I would share with you some of the items that I have while I'm doing my free motion quilting. So I have these free motion quilting gloves. They're just by Fons and Porter. I got them at Joann's store. They do have some grit on them. I like to have several bobbins wound, so I just got this case off of Amazon. And I just, whatever thread color I'm using, I try to wind about 10 bobbins. I have some scissors to trim my threads, a dish to put my basting pins in as I take them out of my quilt, and my thread catcher. And then the most important thing I have is I have a quilt sandwich. I've already been practicing on this one, but I really like to fill it up when I'm practicing before I toss it and get a new one. So what I do is I just make sure my stitches look nice on the front side and the back side, so that when I go to actually do my quilt, it looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to do some free motion quilting on this, and I'm going to show you it in real time. And then I might possibly speed it up later, but I thought I would just show you real time. I decided to do a really tight stipple. I haven't ever done that design before. I've always done like a loose kind of meander design, something similar to this. See how it's so loose? But I just decided on this one I wanted to do a really tight design. And his turtle ninja wants to be in the video today, huh?
Named Minji.
Oh. Okay, so right now I'm just going to be using my quilt sandwich to practice. So I just lower my foot here. I just hold my top thread, put my needle down, needle up, and then I pull my top thread so that I can get that bobbin thread up, and now I have them both together there. And what I like to do is I just take a few stitches to kind of secure that, and then I know we're good to go. Excuse me. So now I'm just going to practice and check out my stitches. And typically what I'll do is I'll stop and I'll go back in and I'll cut those threads. So they kind of did get gathered up.
Wait.
Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just go in and look, and I'll just look at these little meanders and see how the stitches look there. And then I'll flip it over and see, and I like how the stitches look. So now I'm good to go to start working on my project. And I also like to flip my quilt over as I'm quilting, and I just look at the back to look at the stitches and see how it's going. I try to do that quite often so I can adjust as needed. Now on this meander stipple design, I'm sure if you've seen lots of tutorials, I just try not to get a point on them. I always try to have a rounded edge. So when I feel like I'm like losing control, I just stop. I just let go of my like presser foot and I just stop to re-grip, kind of reposition the quilt, make sure everything's laying flat on my table here so that hopefully I can reduce puckers on the back side of my quilt and the top side of my quilt. So the other thing I feel like it took me a long time to maybe learn this on YouTube as I was watching videos, but let me tell you, I feel like this was key for me when I was learning free motion quilting, is when you're gonna do like I'm sure it might be hard to see, but when you're gonna go do a curve on here, to keep your speed up with your presser foot, so you're pressing down with your presser foot at normal speed, you know, fast pace, fast speed for machine quilting, but when you go to turn around an edge, you move it very slow. So your presser foot speed is remaining at the fast speed, but your hands are moving slowly as you're doing curves. And so I have found that helps my stitches, and it took me a long time to find someone that offered that advice. So you're keeping your presser foot at full speed, but when you are making your curves, you're moving your hands at a slow speed, and that helps with skip stitches. I don't have skip stitches anymore. My stitch consistency is nice, and then my curve also looks nice as well. I don't have points, I don't have jagged edges. So that would be my advice to you. So on this quilt, I decided on the white panel area to do like a really tight stipple, but then out here I'm doing it a lot looser. So that will help, I guess, save me time, but also give me a different look for the quilt.